Ranking the best quarterbacks in Madden 24. We are back here with another tier list update. Today we got quarterback. Now, honestly, today is a little bit light than what we're used to with quarterback, but also when we take a look at the old tier list real quick, in my opinion, I don't really think anything changes. Like for me, the quarterbacks we have today aren't like a new level of S tier. I think they joined Doug. I think they joined Mahomes. I think they joined Aikman. And the reason why all these guys are still S tier for me is Aikman still gets an insane ability stack, still a great pocket passer, lacking the mobility. We got Patrick Mahomes right here that has some great AP value, kind of like Aikman, just his release isn't the best. And Doug Williams is one that I've seen a lot of people say got nerfed. I still use this card a lot on my no money spent, and I still feel like he's the exact same card. And I think he's the best budget quarterback in the game as well. And that's not why he's S tier. It's just like, yes, traditional 4 can get the quad stack for 6 AP with the lighted up token. So yeah, that's why these guys are still S tier for me. A tier is just quad stack quarterback right now. All right, so now we got 88 overall Bo Nix that once you complete the combine souls can get him looking like this up to a 93. Has 93 speed, 92 acceleration, good throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, so hits all the thresholds. Pretty much every quarterback at this point hits accuracy thresholds, hits throw power, all this other stuff. The throw under pressure, not every quarterback is hitting the threshold. Gets every single team chem, which is nice. The thing that sucks is generic 1. This is probably the worst release in the game. Very slow everywhere. So that already is a downside, but from an ability standpoint, okay, can get Hot Rod Master or set feet lead for 2 AP, okay? So this was my no money spent for quarterback for a little while. I was running Hot Rod Master, set feet lead for 6 AP. You could then go Gunslinger, and that's really not a bad stat. What I was doing was Hot Rod Master, set feet lead, roaming Deadeye. Because on my no money spent team, I had to get out the pocket with them. Now, I don't think this is a good quarterback, and I just, like, someone said that they thought Bo Nix was better than Doug Williams. I don't agree with that. Gen 1 is so bad. I'm going to put him like right here. So this is how much like release really affects quarterback play in my opinion. Dude, that Gen 1 is just miserable. Like if you guys play up against DB Fire, 6-1, these heavy pressure defenses, having a bad release like that, you're just asking to play at a disadvantage. And now right after that, we get Drake May, 94 speed, 88 acceleration, 97 throw power. This time in accuracy doesn't hit 90, which is kind of weird, but has 97 throw under pressure. So it's like the opposite of what I said. He has great throw under pressure, doesn't hit the accuracies, but he also has Gen 1 as well, which again, just really isn't good. This time though, when we talk about his abilities, can get Howard Master or set feet lead for discounts. So you could go Hot Rod Master for 2, set feet lead for 5, or like vice versa. That in total is 7 AP. For me, I'm putting him right by Bo Nix. Like it's literally like, yeah, I'm gonna put him and Bo Nix literally right by each other. And now right after that, we got free agency Kirk Cousins. I'm still so surprised, by the way, this card wasn't a champion. Like a 94, like I feel like a lot of people would have liked a 98, 97 overall Kirk Cousins, 80 speed, 80 acceleration, so not the most mobile, 95 throw power. This time hits all the accuracy thresholds, even though under pressure. And this time for at least Gen 2. Gen 2 is just like the definition, I think, of like mid. It's not like unusable, it's also not good, but doesn't get a singular discounted ability. So you have to choose between Howard Master and set feet lead. At this point, I just don't really think this is too runnable. And I don't understand why 94s aren't starting to get discounts, because we just covered 2 93s that do. I don't understand. But yeah, there's a card that's going to be in the F tier for me for sure. All right, and now after that, we got Bo Jackson out of position at quarterback. So this card, 98 speed, 99 acceleration, crazy good physical stats, right? And this is something that really the main 3 things I think how quarterback are really separate themselves: speed, release, abilities. Okay, so speed, the best one in the game. He also has 98 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. However, downside of this card, the reason why I would say he's not a perfect quarterback is the throw under pressure. Now there is some things you can do to combat this. You can get a strat card, I believe it's called the Fearless or the On the Run strat card, boost throw under pressure, so then you could go ahead, get him to hit the threshold, and then he'll be perfectly fine. You want like a +2 boost right here. But he also has traditional 4. This is the best release in the game. There's no hitches, it's the most smooth. And I've gotten a lot of questions recently about traditional 4. Do you need Gunslinger on traditional 4? In my opinion, at this point, I think you should have it, because what I'm playing a lot in online head-to-head, the FS Zone Dollar Blitz, the DB Fire, 6-1, heavy pressure defenses. And some people say, oh, Gunslinger's only a couple frames. Those couple frames make a major difference. Trust me, they do. So Gunslinger is something that I do think is necessary, but I will say the 2 best releases in the game: number 1, traditional 4 with Gunslinger; number 2, traditional 4 without Gunslinger. So that's my opinion on that. But also right here, when we talk about abilities, let's go over just base before X factors. So you can do Howard Master, set feet lead right here for 3 AP. You then go ahead and get Gunslinger for 5 AP and then gift wrapped for 6 AP. So quad stack 6 AP, one of the best value in the game, but also as well, I know some people will talk about this Master Tactician. I wouldn't recommend running this at all right now, especially if you play William Perry, because that means you're not getting Harbor Master at all. But the Truz is so good. So the Truz, being able to not fumble unless you get stripped, this is a fun ability. I like this X Factor. It does allow you to play a little bit more brain dead with your quarterback, but this is a fun one. Also, I will say as well, something people are starting to do, which I do want to talk about, is not run Harbor Master. So it would be set feet lead, Gunslinger for 2 AP, gift wrapped, I believe, for 3. And people are just running 0 AP apprentice receivers everywhere, which I do think is smart too. So if you guys just want to stop including Harbor Master, we can do that too. So yeah, he could potentially be the new stack for 3 AP, I guess I should say. But I will say Bo Jackson, I think, is the best quarterback in the game. Now, I know his throwing the pressure is a little bit lower, and sometimes he gets some crazy inaccurates. That's why I don't think he's a new S tier quarterback. I think he joins everyone in this tier. I will say, by the way, too, this S tier, you can argue everyone in placement, because I think they all have a reason to be ran. All right, now after that, we got Aaron Rodgers, weekly wild card with 81 speed, 78 acceleration. Obviously not the most mobile. 97 throw power, hits all the accuracy thresholds. This time Slinger 1. Slinger 1's a pretty good in the pocket release. Really good like short to intermediate range. The deep ball isn't the best. But when we look at his abilities this time, obviously no pre-lit X Factor, but he can go ahead and get set feet lead for 2, Harbor Master for 1, that is 3 AP. You can then go ahead and get Gunslinger for 2 AP, that is 5. Gift wrap for 1, 6 AP. I think he's a really good pocket passer. I do. Also, what you could do, like I just said, you go set feet lead, Gunslinger, gift wrapped, in total for 3 AP. I don't hate that stack either if you do want to do that. Surrounded by 0 AP apprentice receivers. Yeah, man, I think Aaron Rodgers is a pretty good card. I don't think he's an S tier quarterback. I think he's close though. I'm going to put him in the A tier. Kim Mahomes and like McNair, they get like a really good stack. Maybe they should be like a new A tier. These 5 guys drop into B, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think Aaron Rodgers is close to being an S tier quarterback. I think Troy Aikman just gets a slightly better stack, because you could go set feet lead, Gunslinger for 1, and then gift wrap for 2. And then, you know what I'm saying? Surround him by a 0 AP apprentice receivers, you know what I'm saying? But Aaron Rodgers does have a pretty good release too. I don't hate it if you run Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a really good quarterback. Now, right after that, we got Vince Young. So Vince Young this time, 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 97 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. I will say they don't have his release on here. I believe he has Gen 2. Like, I might be wrong on that, but I'm like 99.7% sure he has Gen 2. But this time for abilities, let's talk about it. He can go ahead and get Gunslinger, gift wrap for 1 AP. So then you have to choose between Harbor Master or set feet lead. But here's the thing. We already talked about, hey, guess what? We're kind of okay with doing that. We can get that stack right there for 6 AP with set feet lead and all that stuff. This is one that I'm going to put Vince Young in kind of like a weird spot. Maybe you might think it's weird. I'm going to put him in the B tier. And the reason why that is, okay, obviously doesn't get the Harbor Master to fit like everyone's scheme, but like I'm kind of saying like buy William Perry, because William Perry, Andrew Luck, this Derrick Henry, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to do the same thing. Like the other quarterbacks, it's an option to do it, and you still have some good AP like for secure pros and stuff. But with this quarterback, like you have to surround him by 0 AP or apprentice receivers. So that's why it's by like William Perry. I will say probably William Perry's better, and even like Derrick Henry, because he doesn't have traditional 4. But yeah, I think again you can argue placement with him. I'm going to put him in the B tier though. And now right after that, we got Anthony Richardson. So Anthony Richardson, 97 speed, 92 acceleration, 6'4", 97 throw power, hits all the accuracy thresholds. This time release Slinger 3. Slinger 3 is another one that's kind of a weird release. You could say it's probably the third best, third or fourth. I think traditional 4, a traditional 2, and then traditional 1 on Joe Montana is really, really good too. I think that's a slept on one. Once we get a better card with that, I think you're going to see a lot of people use that. This is a step above Gen 2 in my opinion, and I think it's pretty much around like Slinger 1 level. I think Slinger 1, Slinger 3 has its strengths, it has its weaknesses. Anthony Richardson this time, let's go ahead and talk about base abilities first. Get Gunslinger, Harbor Master, set feet lead, all for discount. I, with this card, don't recommend Pass Lead Elite. We'll talk about Pass Lead Elite in a second and why I think, when I think it's valuable. But for the most part, they're the same exact ability. The one thing that does change is with set feet lead, you let go a sprint outside the pocket. Pass Lead Elite, you want to hold sprint. So that's one thing that changes. So for the most part, if you're in the pocket and you have your feet set, so you can get it to work the exact same way. It's just one thing you have to change. I would just go with whatever's cheaper at all times. So with this, I do think Anthony Richardson more of a rollout style of quarterback, and I'll talk about some different stacks you can run on him. So with this quarterback, I would go Harbor Master, set feet lead in total for 4 AP, Gunslinger for 6, and then gift wrap wrapped for 7. That's a quad stack for 7 at quarterback, which at this point isn't the best AP value, but for X Factor, he can get Escape Artist, Pass Lead Elite, Master Tactician. I already talked about Master Tactician and Pass Lead Elite. Don't recommend those anymore because William Perry on defense gonna wipe those, and you're gonna be the entire game without both of these. That would be terrible. Escape Artist is a cool one. I don't think it's broken unless you're under center rolling out every play. It does help, but I don't think it's like in years like Madden 22 Escape Artist, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is a pretty good quarterback in the game. Also, what you could do, again, you don't need the Howard Master with all the 0 AP apprentice receivers, so you could go Gunslinger, Set Feet Lead for 2, and then Gift Wrapped for 3 AP, which is really, really nice. But what you could also do on the card, Gunslinger, Set Feet Lead for 2, Gift Wrap 3, Roaming Deadeye 5 AP. That's a really nice stack as well. If you do want to roll out with them, just again, surrounded by 0 AP apprentice receivers, I think Anthony Richardson, I would probably say, like, you could say he's the second best quarterback in the game. Like I said, this S tier, I think you can really argue placement. If you want to say, oh, I think Doug's better, I don't think you're wrong. If you say, oh, I think Mahomes better, don't think you're wrong. If you say, I think Aikman's better, I don't think you're wrong. And after that, we got Josh Allen right here, 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 98 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, great throw under pressure. And again, he does have that Slinger 3 release. Now, the one thing that does suck about this card is the sense pressure paranoid. This, even though his throw under pressure is high, this right here can lead to pressure and accurates as well. But when we look at Josh Allen's abilities right here, okay, obviously no pre-lit X Factor, but he does get Set Feet Lead and Howard Master for a discount. So you could go Set Feet Lead, Howard Master for 2 AP. This is a card that I personally would not recommend. Hey, we're going to tank Howard Master on this card. Nah, you should just run the quad stack. Set Feet Lead, Howard Master, Gunslinger, and Gift Wrapped. In total on this card, that would be 5 AP. And again, he does have that Slinger 3 release. This is a card though that is kind of tough because you are forced to run Gunslinger right here, and you can't really stack like Roaming Deadeye with that. You'd have to go potentially Dashing Deadeye, which then you would want Pass Lead Elite. You know what I'm saying? So like there is some downsides to the card from a rollout standpoint, but as a strict pocket passer, I think he's a beast, man. I would say he's going to be like our final addition to this S tier right here. And again, this is a card I don't really know where to place because he's better AP value than Anthony Richardson, but I'd rather use Anthony Richardson and him first like Doug, him first Mahomes. Like, I don't know. You could say like, I mean, him first Aikman's the tough one, I think, because Aikman's better in the pocket, but Josh Allen does have that little bit of mobility. So like I said, you can argue placement, but this right here is my S tier group of quarterbacks. I think there's a logical reason to run any single one of them. And right after that, we got Dolphins great Ryan Fitzmagic right here with 88 speed, 94 acceleration, great throw power, great accuracies, great throw under pressure as well. This time for his release has that Slinger 5. This right here is the Warren Moon release. Hate this release. I think it's the best deep ball, but my God, is it just miserable to throw a drag. Do not like this release at all. But when we look at his abilities this time, okay, talk about X Factors in a second. He can get Howard Master Gunslinger for a discount. So you could go Howard Master Gunslinger for 1 AP, Set Feet Lead for 6 AP, and then Gift Wrap for 7, so quad stack for 7 quarterback. Or what you could do, okay, let's talk about it. So he also does get that what's called Run and Gun X Factor, okay? He does get backyard QB, which I mean you can run, but I think at this point it's either run Howard Master, surrounded by 0 AP apprentice receivers in my opinion. Pass Lead Elite wouldn't recommend this one, don't want that off and on, but Running Gun is a good one. This is a really good ability, but I've always said with Running Gun, the reason why I don't run that on say like Mahomes or something, I think you need Pass Lead Elite with it. This is the first time we've gotten Pass Lead Elite for somewhat discount. So you could go Running Gun, Pass Lead Elite, Howard Master, 4 AP, and then you could go Gift Wrap for 5, and then also Gunslinger for 7 AP. You get Dashing Deadeye with Pass Lead Elite, and you also get Gutsy Scrambler. So yeah, this is a good quarterback if you want to roll out. I would say the release is miserable passing in the pocket. So the on for 5 plays, off for 5 plays, in my opinion, I would say, ooh, B. I think I'm going to say B tier for him too. I just don't like Slinger 5 really. That's like from an ability, like say he had traditional 4, Slinger 1, even Slinger 3, or even maybe even Gen 2. I'd put him right here in A, but I just don't like Slinger 5, man. I think that release is miserable to use. And right after that, we got Matt Stafford of the Sugar Rush promo, 82 speed, 80 acceleration, 99 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time Slinger 6. This is another release that is pretty awful. I think he has a major hitch on both sides of the field, the left and the right. Speed and release just not really going for him, but this time for abilities, can the abilities make up for it? So can get Howard Master and Gunslinger for 1 AP, then he gets Set Feet Lead for 6, and then Gift Wrapped for 7. So quad stack for 7 quarterback. I just, again, with the terrible release, do I think there's a point to run this card? No, I don't. He does get the quad stack though. I might be willing to damn near put him C by like Bo Nix. I don't know if this is crazy. This might be a hot take, but yeah. that release is awful. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get some people, oh, how's a 98 insane? Like, dude, that release is awful, man. At least Ryan Fitzmagic or like Vince Young, they have speed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's what I'm going with. Yeah, boys, this is my thoughts on the quarterback position in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, though, you enjoy content like this, want to stay up to date with the best cards in Madden, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you guys do want to go ahead and see me use these quarterbacks live, pretty much every time a new quarterback drops, I use all of them. So if you guys do want to see that, I stream here on YouTube and Twitch every single day, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. To watch on the YouTube side of things, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here, because this right here is a new meta ability on quarterback that so many people are running.